Hello, this is Amanda with From Where I Stamp. Today I will be sharing with you how you can create Halloween 12 by 12 scrapbook layout using items from the mini catalog. And in particular, we are going to use the cute Halloween, not really the suite, but the designer series paper found in that suite. And we're going to use a stamp set that is a carryover into the annual catalog as well. So I'm going to switch around the cameras and we'll get started. All right, so the cute Halloween suite is on page 50 and 51. So these pages are where you'll find some awesome project ideas for Halloween. And this cutest Halloween stamp set and coordinating punch, which will punch out cat, ghost, and pumpkin. And then the cute Halloween designer series paper, which I'll show you closer in just a moment. Then on page 52, there's the frightfully cute stamp set and coordinating dies. I am going to use the dies on my page, not the stamp set. So let's start with showing off this cute Halloween designer series paper. So this paper has some beautiful colors in it, and I love how you can use quite a few of these patterns for non-Halloween projects. But I also love the adorable ghosts and the cute skeletons and the bats and the little pumpkin and cat heads. All right, so what we're going to use for designer paper, I forgot one, but the yellow and black stripe, this black pattern, you can see there's kind of a gray pattern to it, and then the cats. Well, I'm not going to use the cats, we're going to use the pumpkins. Okay, next up, we'll add some 12 by 12 paper pumpkin cardstock. And I've already done part of this. So here is the Boo scrapbook, or the designer series paper. And I've added on a piece of that striped orange and black and a little bit of So Saffron there. So this will sit about here. And to make it nice and easy to get things straight, I have some grid paper here. And just to give you an idea of how this is going to go, these are pictures from 1985 of my brother and I and myself. And we're going to put them something like that. All right. So I think we're going to put this kind of in the center. All right, so just all right, so 6 inches is here. That is the center. And this is about, not quite 5. So half of 5 is 2.5. And so I think we'll do something like that. I'm just going to grab a pen so I can mark off 8 and 3 and a bit. And then to make sure, because when things don't line up, it bothers me. So just taking a moment to mark that on my grid paper. And then I can put a little bit of glue on the back here. And make sure my cardstock is still level at the bottom. Actually, I'm going to switch this one over here just because it's not lined up quite right. Now, because these are 6 by 6 papers, the other thing you may want to do is to have that ruler across to make sure that they're straight, because sometimes you'll get them going down or up. And then we'll add a little bit of glue on the back of this one. That turned out pretty good. Oops. Go up just a smidge. There we go. So because they're 6x6 papers, the pattern won't match up in the center, but that's okay. All right, so I don't need my grid paper anymore. I just needed it for a little bit. And this seam will be covered up by our pictures. So I'm just grabbing some Stampin' Seal. I've already matted my photos. And the Stampin' Seal, you just use a light touch. Oopsie. A little bit light touch. And the Stampin' Seal, this is not the plus, this is just the, I guess, the regular, the one without the plus. And it's perfect for temporarily putting your photos, not really temporary, but it sticks really well. I'm going to put that, oh, that edge is a little rough. We're going to put this right along this edge. Oops. Down a bit. Just so we cover that up. And then this one, it's going to go there. I think I just got to fix this just a little. There we go. All right, so there's our photos on our scrapbook page. We have our back on there. Now we need to decorate back here. Now I realize I probably should have put that picture down just yet, but that's okay. I can lift up that edge. All right, so I'm going to set that off to the side for a moment. And we're going to grab the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine because we are going to cut out some items for our page using the Frightful Tag dies. So first up, we have some basic black cardstock and our adhesive sheets, which are one of my favorite things in the catalog. That's in the annual catalog. And this is perfect when doing intricate dies like the spider web. So you put that down, you peel off the one side and you put it down and you score it a little bit so it sticks really well. And then you want to put this face down. So you have to remember that the adhesive sheet is on the bottom, like so, like the bottom, not the top there. So you put the die in the proper spot. And then we just roll this through. That pops out. I'm going to just grab my take your pick tool. Be careful, this edge is really sharp. So don't poke yourself if you do this. All right. Or you can use the take your pick roller brush as well. So I'm just going to pop these pieces out. Something like that. Come on, come out. Okay. Move that out of my way. Okay, so there's one piece. Now, I want to cut out so peel off the back, stick this down, burnish it, move some of these pieces out of my way. So we're going to cut out one of the witch's hats because I was a witch with a really weird mask. 1985, I tell you. Okay, so there's our witch's hat. I think that's everything. Oh no, I need to do one more thing for die cutting. So we'll take your pick tool, pop out that little hat. Like, look at that little detail. You can kind of see it, kind of not. Anyway, some pretty cool detail. So we're going to use these little stars. So these little teeny tiny stars. Next. And what we're going to do first, so I showed you that black pattern with the gray on it. So I have a 4x4 square, and I am just going to rip it like so. And then we're going to fold up the edge just a little, just to break up that little bit of white, just a little bit. Or you can leave it out, you know, whatever works. But we are going to cut some stars in this. See all these cute little stars? I could keep them, but I'm not going to. You could use them for a shaker card, or you could put adhesive sheet on the back of this and repurpose those stars for something else if you wanted. But they're really tiny. Whoopsie. So we're going to do just a couple more here. We'll do one more pass. We'll do, I think, up here. Actually, we might have to do one more to get the look that I want. Let's do one more right in here. Just to make it look like a starry night. Move that out of the way. Okay. So now I have some So Saffron cardstock, and I'm going to take a little bit of glue. Actually, before I do that, let's just double check. So I have to trim this down a little bit. So let's bring out the trimmer. It doesn't matter how pretty it looks, just as long as it's not too small, but not too big. And then we're going to something like that. And put that down. Whoops. Glue kind of came through. There we go. Where's my layout? Make sure there's no sticky stuff left on my desk. And then we're going to stick this down. Right up in this corner. Like so. There we go. So Starry Night up there. And then from that pack of designer paper with the pumpkins, oops, I didn't get the punch, but you could hand cut, fussy cut these out. And I'm going to put one of them with our black dimensionals. One of them popped up. And black just fits the theme of Halloween. So something like that, I think. Put a little bit of glue on the back of this one. Like so. Oops. There's air. Pumpkin there. All right. So now we're going to put on our spider webbies. Now our why can't I talk? Take your pick tool. I'm going to switch it around from the pokey tool to the little spatula end. And we're going to hopefully pull off the backing without wrecking our spider web. So you want to pull the backing off like so. And I want to stick it kind of right there. Even though it's off the edge, I'm going to trim that in a few minutes. So it's always nice to have things that go off the side of the page as well. It creates extra interest. Okay, now for this, we're just going to maybe lift this up a little so that we can stick that spider web right underneath. Voila. All right. And then with our scissors, just using the edge of the cardstock as our guide. Like so. So that's looking pretty good. I love the spider webs down there, but we need a little bit of a title or something. So we're going to use some Memento black ink, the Banner Year stamp set, which we haven't used yet. And we're going to do Happy Haunting. We need the deluxe foam mat because it's always good with our photopolymer sets to have that little bit of a cushion. And then we're going to ink this up. Ooh, it's really juicy. I'm going to stamp that right in the center, like so. Move this out of the way so I can grab that Stampin' Cut in a Boss machine one more time. I guess I should have cleaned up my stars after all. And we'll grab this lovely stitched label here. And we'll center it over the sentiment. This is why it's great to stamp first, then die cut or punch after. This way you can see. So if you get see where I don't know, see how the sentiment looks, make it more straight, not crooked. All right, move some things out of my way here. All right, so we have our layout here. And then we have our Happy Haunting. And then we have our little, we're going to put, I think we're, oh no, I already have sticky on that, so that's going to go here. And then we'll use, do I have it handy? No, I'll have to add it on Oh, I do have it handy. Digging in my drawer. Let's see if it works. So this will be October 1985. Not the best. I will have to buy a new, pen. My piece of cardstock went flying. All right, so let's put some glue on the back of this to finish up this layout. And we'll put it right about here. I don't know if you can hear Griffin in the background, but he's trying to tell me that he wants something. Okay, pull that off the back of the hat. This cute little hat. And we'll stick it right there. All right, so our 12 by 12 happy haunting scrapbook layout with some starry skies and pumpkins with this, I don't know what type of mask. And look at my hair. It's fake hair glued to the mask. It's adorable. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed learning how to do a scrapbook page using some dies, some designer series paper, and a stamp set that don't quite coordinate, but they do. And I would love to hear what you think of this page. And if you liked the video, please subscribe to my channel.